I'm Eliot Albers. I'm with the International Network of People Who Use Drugs, which is the peak global advocacy and community-based network for people in the drug-using community. So there are a few issues that concern us, and I think uppermost in our minds is the issue of our being a criminalised community. And that criminalisation is driven by what people call the war on drugs, which we call the war on people who use drugs. And it is a war that is exacted upon us as individual people and as a community. We're subject to highly punitive and repressive legal environments, such that we have an epidemic not just of HIV, not just of hepatitis C, but also of incarceration in our community. And that the weight of that law falls mainly upon people of ethnic minorities, poor drug users and homeless drug users. So it's really weighted amongst the most marginal members of our society. And that very much drives the way in which the epidemic is moving, in that it's not just ourselves that are criminalised, but also the services that are meant to be addressing our needs. And one of the things that motivates me is talking with, working with, and being with members of other key affected communities. I mean, we know that 50% of the epidemic is amongst the key affected populations, people who inject drugs, men who have sex in men, sex workers and trans people. 50% of the money is certainly not going into those communities. But apart from HIV, we also face several other issues in common: discrimination, stigma and criminalisation. And it's these issues that bring us together. AIDS, in a way, is a product of all of these structural problems. So it's almost a small issue, if you like. And I know that's scandalous to say at an AIDS conference, but it's really stigma, discrimination, marginalisation and criminalisation that brings us together as key affected populations. And it's what's made us the key affected populations. So just by that fact, you see that it's these structural factors that drive the epidemic.